Hey, I'm Jim Weber in the Fox 13 Weather Center. Thanks for logging on to MyFoxHurricane.com. So we've got now Hurricane Larry. We also have an area we are watching in the Caribbean. But first one is Hurricane Larry, looking a lot more impressive. In fact, for a time through the overnight hours and then early this morning, you could actually see a distinct eye with this system, and it continues to work its way over some relatively warm waters, low wind shear. So prognosis for this, it's good over the next several days, that it will just continue to intensify. Right now, winds are at 80 miles an hour, located at 13.5, 34.2. Now, as we go through the next couple of days, we just continue to see more intensification. At this point, it looks like this will become pretty easily a Category 4 hurricane. The good news is it looks like it's going to stay out over open waters. Notice that track moving more towards that northwesterly direction. Eventually, it'll turn more towards the north and should keep this away from any land areas. Obviously, we're going to continue to watch it. You've got Bermuda out there, so they're going to be watching this pretty closely to make sure that turn happens just as expected. Computer models still in fair agreement. In the short term, you start to get a little bit more spread in those models, but also the general idea is as time goes on and it starts to work its way a little bit further north on those latitudes, they'll start to encounter a little bit of wind shear, and also some drier air will start to work its way in towards the tail end of the forecast period. So as we get into the weekend, it does look like it'll start to at least encounter some dry air. What that will tend to do is not necessarily weaken it rapidly or weaken it a whole lot, but it will level off that intensity, and then as it starts to work its way over some relatively cooler water and also maybe a little more wind shear, that will slowly start to weaken the system as well. So we also have one other area that we're watching down in the Caribbean, basically right along the coastline. This one's really been struggling, just a small area of low pressure. This has been designated as Invest 91. You look at the forecast track, computer models didn't even actually start this necessarily over water, so this will just continue to struggle. More than likely what this is going to do is just bring a lot of heavy rain across parts of Central America over the next several days. But anytime you have something hanging out for several days, you just got to keep tabs on it, and that's what we're going to do, and we'll keep you updated right here on MyFoxHurricane.com.